Good morning, Ms. Tabora. How's jail?
No,
Ok, eso es solo. ¿Cómo está la cárcel?
How's jail?
¿Cómo está? ¿Cómo es la cárcel?
fea.
Good.
Bien.
You now
Usted
have picked
ahora
up another DWI while you're on bond for DWI.
estaba libre bajo
We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent.
razonable.
Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
On October 13th, 2024, officers were dispatched in regard to a traffic hazard at West Belfort and Nobility Drive in Harris County, Texas. Upon arrival, officers met with the defendant, who was observed to be parked on northbound lanes with her truck on and in park and asleep at the wheel. When the defendant finally woke up after multiple attempts, the officers observed glassy eyes, constricted pupils, an odor of an alcoholic beverage, and swaying, as well as multiple open and closed alcoholic containers in the vehicle, and spilled alcohol in the front portion.
Alcohol in the car while she's driving?
Yes, Your Honor. She was not the only occupant.
Señoría, ella no era
The
la
defendant
única
admitted to consuming alcohol prior to operating the vehicle. Standard field sobriety tests were conducted. HGN 2 out of 6, walk and turn 4 out of 8, in the one
4 de 8.
in the one leg stand.
Paro de una pierna. But not too fast, man.
Yes.
Thanks.
2 out of 4.
2 de 4 pistas en el paro de una pierna.
DIC was read,
Advertencia se leyó.
and the defendant consented to breath test.
Consentimiento previo.
The results were
Los resultados fueron
0.162 and 0.156.
0.156. Thank you.
Is that her? Ma'am, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. What is that?
¿Qué es eso?
I don't think she reads English, Your Honor.
Okay.
Do you want me to ask her if she knows if that's her signature?
Que usted firmó diciendo que no vas a manejar. Sí.
Es mi juramento.
It's my swearing. My affidavit.
I want to express my deepest disappointment
Molestia más profunda.
and we ordered you not to drive and you promised us you would not drive. And now you picked up another DWI.
Otro caso.
Pause right here. Take a second to let this sink in. She already promised the court she wouldn't drive, and yet she's back with another DWI. This isn't just reckless, it's a red flag flashing for the judge, the law, and anyone watching. Imagine the consequences if this pattern continues. Could someone get seriously hurt? Think about it. What would you do if you were in her shoes?
De manejo ebrio.
Judge, I've already spoken with the state. We're gonna see what we need to work out.
I don't know if I'm going to take anything today, Marcos.
She has been in custody for 2 days, Your Honor. I understand.
Entiendo.
It screams to me that there are issues, and the last thing I want is to have her go back out there and kill someone. I mean, we have 2 DWIs in rapid succession, 0.19, and a bunch of alcohol in the car,
I will say, Your Honor,
allegedly.
and I've already spoken with the state about the first one. The first one is not a strong case for the state. She's the one who called 911 because she was assaulted outside of a club. The fire department got there before the officers. They saw her in the passenger seat with a bloody face. And her arm was injured as well. I've already spoke with the state.
I don't remember. All I know that there was enough PC to go forward. There's an affidavit. She promised us she's not going to drive.
I understand. There's also a question on the second one as to whether she was operating or not. There are 3 people in the vehicle. And again, all of this, we're going to try to flush out with the evidence.
Sure.
That's where I was going to try to get her. a bond.
I am going to set a bond, but I'm going to tell you now, because she drove in violation of the affidavit, I'm going to make it a high bond.
I understand.
You know, I'm setting both of your bonds at $15,000.
She does have an ISO, Judge,
Tiene
so
orden de
that's why,
detención de inmigración.
in light of that fact.
A luz de ese hecho,
She does have an ISOL.
We just found out this morning, Your Honor.
Now have an immigration
tiene
detainer.
orden de detención de inmigración.
Do you realize what this means?
¿Usted se da cuenta de lo que esto significa?
Who do you have here that depends on you?
Que depende de usted.
Do you have any,
Los hijos.
My two sons,
how old are they?
¿qué edad tienen ellos?
La niña 2 años va a cumplir el 20 de octubre y mi niño va a cumplir 6 años el 23 de diciembre.
October, my daughter will be 2 years old, and my boy in December will be 6 years old, I believe. 6 años, dude?
I was going to suggest, in the event that you wanted to work something out, that I was wanting to do a TRAS to see how best to go forward. But now with an immigration detainer, that's just, there's no, let me ask you this. Do you think that you'll be able to get her an immigration bond? Do you want to try?
She already has an immigration attorney. There may be a chance.
Pueda que haya una oportunidad.
Perhaps,
She's only been in the country 3 years.
Solo está en el país por 3 años.
I don't know.
But if she were to keep both cases open and pay the bond here and go to immigration, the two open DWIs, I don't anticipate them
No anticipo que
giving her a
ellos
bond
le
at all.
den
She'd be
fianza.
a danger to the community.
Pues pensando que ese es
You guys want to try or no?
We can always try, but she would rather, she's not gonna be able to pay those 2 bonds and an immigration bond. And a lot of the fact that the first DWI is pretty weak, we're gonna resolve both cases, dismiss one, plea one, and then have her sent to immigration, and then her immigration attorney is gonna try to get her bond with
Out of a person, then try to get a bond?
one, she's over there, yes, because if she goes over there with 2 DWI, she's not gonna get a bond.
Porque si vaya con 2 casos de manejo y no le van a dar fianza, yo entiendo. Eso es porque
One mistake can literally cost you your entire life. And I don't know if you understand or get the gravity of it.
la gravedad.
I hope one day you do.
Ojalá que algún día usted
One simple mistake. Over. Like I said, I'm going to find that there's probable cause. I'm ordering you, if you get out on one ankle, to put a GPS monitor and not to be out in the middle of the night. You will be given a 9 p.m. or 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. curfew.
7 de la mañana toque de queda.
On your other ankle, you will get a scram
Alcoholímetro.
monitor, so I know that you're not consuming alcohol.
Saber que usted no esté consumiendo alcohol.
Again, I'm ordering you not to drive. But like we've said, there's an immigration detainer, so the likelihood of you getting out is probably pretty slim. Regardless, I'm going to set both bonds, or I'll set the new bond at 15,000.
And what, Your Honor?
15,000.
Su caso nuevo.
15,000 even?
Excuse me.
Yeah, 15,001. And I'm going to do the other one as well, 15,001 as well. You want to set off a week, 2 weeks? What do you want to do?
Semana.
I don't know if I'm prepared to do something today.
Si estoy preparado para hacer algo en este caso. Hágase más
Can I run another court, handle some other stuff?
Ir a otro
and then
tribunal y
Of course.
come back, then I'll talk.
Take your time. I mean,
su tiempo.
I'm never going to say no.
No voy a decir que no.
I guess we'll talk.
Vamos a hablar.
Thank you, Judge.
For sure.
El oficial.
Judge, we have one more.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Woods. Trevion Woods. Mr. Woods, you're charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Want to make it the cause number for this?
2533 007.
Officers observed the defendant walking in the middle of the street when a sidewalk was available next to him. And the officers asked the defendant for his Texas driver's license.
Again,
Yes, Your Honor.
jaywalking,
Yes, Your Honor.
again,
The officers discovered a warrant out for the defendant's arrest out of McLennan County for aggravated sexual assault of a child. And the officers detained the defendant and discovered a gun and 6 grams of marijuana.
hold on. So what, walking while,
It was walking in the middle of the
while
street.
black again? Again, jaywalking? Where?
Let me read the officer report.
It sounds like you were detained pursuant to the warrant.
But they didn't know that. I mean, it just, unless the officer knew him, I mean.
Yes, Your Honor. The DIMS just says the officer observed the defendant not walking or walking in the middle of the street.
So, dude, you gotta be careful in this life, man. You know, just do the right thing. It's not hard, man. All right, I'm gonna find no probable cause, Mr. Woods. You gotta be careful, man, you know? So is he on bond currently for the other case now as well, or no? You know what? Doesn't even matter. Just be careful in this life. You have but one life. How old are you? You're 24. What are you doing now? Working, school? Good. Get your education. The more you educate yourself, the higher you're gonna rise up in life. It correlates with money too. The higher education you got, more money you're gonna make in life, the better you are off. That's the rub. That's what you gotta do. All right? Okay, man. Hang tight for me, okay? Please.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Hi.
I am approaching on Ronald Smith.
Okay.
And so,
Oh, great, great,
Yes,
great.
yes,
So I don't know why we had you not signed on.
yeah, I'm not sure. So I know I was talking to my client. So I had submitted I don't want you to think it was last minute. The motion to sub was submitted in, okay. Yeah, in the PTI packet that it wasn't submitted last minute either. That was done last month with the
It's-
previous sheet. Okay,
Okay, don't
okay,
worry.
just wanted to make sure.
How long do you want?
Oh, just till the 30th. He's supposed to finish his anger management class on the 25th. And so if we could just do the reset to the 30th, that works
Okay
for
with
us. Okay,
He's not, he doesn't have it done, but he's gotta be here.
yeah. Okay, all right, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, you're okay. Ms. Sexton, Mr. Smith wants to talk with you. Do you want to talk with me?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh. Hi, Mr. Smith. How are you?
I just wanted to apologize for my banter towards you this whole time.
You don't have to. I love the tenacity. I love the chutzpah, what you will, but channel that in a great way. Because if you do, the sky's the limit. Really.
This would have been over and done had I just came and approached you in a correct way instead of just being angry.
You know, let me tell you a story. I got pulled over a while back. The officer came to me. He was so aggressive. Why did you run that red light? What's wrong with you? So I said, you know what? I know I stopped. I swear I stopped. But the officer came at me like crazy and I said, you know, I'm sorry. I was an idiot. Just, I'll do better next time. You know what he did? He let me go. So sometimes when you tuck your tail, you get more. You get more with honey than you do with vinegar, right? And it's always when you're with a person in power, especially with a person that has a power of arrest, you buck up to them, it's over. You're always going to lose. Just, that's what you do. It's called maturity as well, you know?
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck, Mr. Smith. Ready?
We have Rudy Ochoa here.
Mr. Ochoa, come up.
Council for reset?
Mr. Ochoa, you're on bond for DWI. You've not picked up a new case. you picked up an interference with the duties of public. You're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On October 11th, 2024, officers responded to a call regarding sexual assault of a juvenile at an apartment in Harris County, Texas. Officers made contact with a family member and went upstairs to detain the defendant for investigation. The defendant refused to cooperate with verbal commands, tried to take control of the situation, tried to stall officers, and stated he did not need to be detained because he did not do anything. The officer physically escorted the defendant out the front door, during which the defendant argued with other family members, refused to cooperate, and actively pulled away from the officer.
So what was the result of the investigation? What happened? Was he the suspect in sexual assault?
Your Honor, let me read the DIMS. I don't believe we have that information.
I asked before I approached and there was nothing in the notes.
There's no other information. They were just investigating the.
Did he
reported sexual-
cooperate? Obviously, when they had him in cuffs, he went and answered whatever questions.
Obviously not.
He was pulling away,
They're
Your Honor.
saying.
No. After he was already, whatever they needed to question.
I asked you one thing, actually two things. You've not picked up a new case. Mr. Ochoa, I'm sorry, but I'm going to revoke your bond. Goes with you. I will keep the first bond it is. He's on bond on that first case. I'm just going to revoke the old one and I'll put it at 5,002.
Okay.
And then I guess just talk to me in a day or so if he's not able to make bond and I won't,
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
And then for the DWI, that I guess we're still waiting for station videos.
Okay. So he will auto-populate on tomorrow's docket.
Okay.
So if you want a different date, we can give you a different date. Or if he bonds out, which I'm assuming he's going to, they're going to give him a 7-day setting. And if he's unable to bond out, just come talk to me tomorrow and then we can work something. If he does bond out, he's going to get a 7-day setting and then let Victoria know and then you guys can have whatever date.
Okay. Thank you,
I'm
Judge.
not going to modify any of the conditions. We'll just stay as is. Okay? Snake.
And Judge, you're revoking that.
Judy.
Yes, sir. Have a plea, Judge. We're gonna plea Mr. Walter Moses, Your Honor. We're proceeding on the assault of a family member case under cause number 2510200, Your Honor. And the state upon completion of the plea will dismiss cause number 2510615.
Good morning, Mr. Moses. How are you?
Good.
Shh. Why does this keep happening? This is your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but it's the 6th time you've picked up a kind of case where it's a violent case. Actually, 7. It keeps happening. Why? Why so much anger? Do you take any medication?
Yes, sir.
Do you stop taking the medication?
No, sir.
How do you get your medication when you're out there in the free world? When you picked up these 2 cases, had you stopped taking the medication?
No, sir.
You were still taking it?
I actually finished up.
Meaning, so you finished, you didn't have any more.
I'm still gonna pick it up.
Council for reset?
We had him TRAS. TRAS said mental health caseload, or what did they say? And that's what we're doing, right? Okay. What are the other alternatives that we have?
They want to do the mental health case, IFP, thank you for a change, and then they're gonna help them with the council. And they'll report, twice a month. So that's how they make sure that you.
What about paying for IOP and all that?
If he qualifies to be the tax funded one, because he'll be responsible.
I mean, how do we make sure that he qualifies? Because I don't, Mr. Moses, do you work when you go out? When you're out of jail, do you work? Who do you live
Sorry,
with?
no, sir, you on.
It's okay, Mr. D. Who do you live with? And when you leave here now, are you going to be able to stay with mom?
Yes, sir.
Do you know that for?
I don't know that for a fact, Your Honor.
Before you were in jail, who were you living with?
Yeah.
Council for reset.
One of the things that you're going to have to do is an intensive outpatient treatment. The problem is that it's expensive. It's not cheap. It's around $500 to $600 to do that. And I don't know if that's something that you have to be able to pay for. If not, I want to try to get you to, I want to see if we can pay for it. How do we?
I'll do an indigency form with him, and then he'll be placed on the wait list if he qualifies. He's on probation, or he'll be on probation for 2 years, so he'll be fine.
If this fails, what else do we have at our disposal?
If this goes and he starts violating, then they'll place him in there. That's how it is.
So I want you to understand, Mr. Moses, that we want this to work for you. But you also have to want it to work. If you do something to violate this agreement, you don't do your treatment, you don't stay up on your probation. If you just leave, one of the options is putting you in a residential facility. Do you understand what that means? That means that you will be in, it's not in the actual jail, it's at another facility, right? It's at a lockdown facility that you will not be able to leave, and then you'll be getting treatment. We are trying to do it this way so that you can try to do this while you're out there in the free world doing this by yourself. But if you're not able to, we're going to have to take other measures. Can you get this done?
Yes, sir.
Do you know what's required for you to successfully finish?
Yes, sir.
What do you have to do? Yes. What programs do you have to do? Do you know? You have to do anger management class, right? It's a,
Thank you for a change.
okay, so you have to do a thinking for a change, which is a class where you teaches you how to think when you're in a bad situation. You also have to do outpatient treatment so that we know that you're actually speaking to people, working through any kind of anger issues that you may have.
Yes, sir.
And substance abuse.
And substance abuse. No drugs, no alcohol. You cannot use any illegal drugs, including marijuana. No marijuana, no illegal drugs, and no alcohol. They're going to test you. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If you complete this successfully, you do not end up with a conviction. But you need to understand that there's still,
You will be a convicted judge, it's straight probation.
oh, it is straight.
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Oh, I thought it was a
They told me
deferred.
because he had the state jail conviction up in felony court and the numerous of cases that he had that were assaultive in nature, that they were not willing to offer him.
Okay. This assault, it's going on your record. There's what's called an affirmative finding of family violence. If you pick up another case like this, you will be facing a third-degree felony. Minimum 2 years in a prison, a maximum of 10 years in prison if you ever pick up another assault like this again. Do you understand? That's years in prison, not days like you are here. Years. You can never own a gun or ammunition as a result of this as well. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. So no guns, no ammunitions as well. I'm sorry, it's no weapons, right?
Yes.
No weapons. Weapons is a very loose term. If you have any questions about what a weapon is, you have to talk to a lawyer, but be very, very careful. You understand?
Sir.
You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you cannot change your mind. You must complete this, and it's a 2-year probation. You understand? How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? I will find you guilty, sentence you to 1 year in jail. However, I will probate that for 2 years. You've already done it, TRAS, so we don't need to do that, but intensive outpatient treatment, thinking for a change, and the mental health caseload. If you ever have a problem, come back to us here. We can help you if you come here. But if you just leave and don't do anything, that's the worst thing that can happen. Don't leave. Come back. Good things will happen if you come back. Are we okay?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions? Good luck, Mr. Moses. I hope that you can make it. Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No. He's banned. Yes, hold on, Mr. D, I forgot something. Hold on, I forgot. Hey, I don't think he's gonna have anything to pay for anything, so we need, we gotta get him. Okay, I have to have you sign one more document that you need to understand, Mr. Moses, that you are now ineligible, meaning that you cannot have a firearm or ammunition. I'm going to read this to you so you understand this, okay? A firearm means any device designated, made, or adapted to expel a projectile through a barrel by using an energy generated by an explosion or burning substance, or any device readily convertible to that use. If you now possess a firearm or ammunition, it could lead to charges against you. If you have any questions about how long you will be ineligible, you must talk to a lawyer and they should be able to contact you and consult you about that. I need you to sign this so you understand that you cannot have any more weapons, okay? Okay, all right. Thank you, Mr. D. Hey, Matt, how are you? Yeah, come on up.
Case,
That's the defendant?
yes, that is the defendant, Keener, Keener.
Okay, I see it.
I'm approaching to ask for more time, for a longer reset. This was a case, there was a 2B from December of 22.
Okay.
He posted bond, I think in May of 24, and he didn't hire anyone. He got a bunch of THA resets until August. So, I believe the RIP was just completed this morning and.
Discovery complete?
It is, Judge, I believe.
Is there an offer on the table?
Well, I know that defense counsel can kind of talk to his client about it, because I know he's got constantly dismissal.
Right, so I wanted some time to go over the discovery myself and with him, and then to.
Yeah, I mean, of course, we'll give you more time, but at some point, there's got to be a resolution.
Absolutely,
So it's only
Judge.
165 days, so we'll give you another 30 days.
Okay, perfect.
But you got to be nearing.
I'll be on it, Judge.
Any offers? No offers?
There's no offers at this time, Your Honor.
Can you put one on, please? And then that way you have something to counter with as well. So, okay, gotcha. Have fun. Brandon. Hey.
Because I'm approaching on Mr. Battaglia, BATT.
Okay.
He was told to do a drug test today. His first setting was last week. And he did test positive for marijuana, nothing else. His first court appearance was last week, though.
You tested it?
I'm sorry, Jeff?
Test today?
He did.
Okay.
Just marijuana.
Okay, so here,
He's here, John.
bring him up real quick.
Yes, sir. District Attorney. And he knows, Judge, he's not doing anything. This was.
Good, I'm just gonna counsel him.
Yes, sir.
I'm not gonna do it anymore.
Did you?
Yes, sir.
Did he tell you the results?
I just asked you, I said marijuana. Like, before I approach.
No, you said that he was. I didn't say that.
So I thought you confirmed it was marijuana.
No, I've never seen it.
Okay, that was my
It
misunderstanding.
has not been confirmed.
Do you have the results?
No, I do not.
Okay, so let's wait on the results, but, okay, so don't use. So I'm not gonna test you after today, assuming it's, just that. I'm not gonna test you anymore until about 40 to 45 days after. If you test clean after that, wonderful, great. If you continue to test positive for marijuana, that tells us that you're continuing to smoke. No dice. Don't use at all. Don't hang out with anyone that's using. Don't go into a car if people are using.
Can I say something? I don't just use regular marijuana, sir, so,
You're not supposed to use anything that has anything.
I was using it. I use concentrated marijuana, so it might test positive after 9 days, but if you're checking levels, you'll see that, yes, it's positive.
I'm telling you no, Mr. Battaglia, okay? Don't use.
Yes, sir.
Show me somewhere where it says it can still be in your system at 90 days. But otherwise, at 40 to 45 days, I'm going to test you again. Don't use. That tells me that, unless you prove to me otherwise. All right. Okay,
He
Brandon.
also was telling me maybe going to work in Corpus Christi. I know I would need to give you a letter, but.
Look, there's no travel restriction. As long as you're not violating the law, you're not picking up any new cases, doing anything to violate your conditions, I don't care where you go. Just if you get called for a drug test, beware that you might have to take a drug test because it's about randoms, right? So if you're out and about and you get called, you have to go to Quest Diagnostics and get a test there. And then you can send it to Brandon. We'll take that.
Yes, sir.
So that we don't have to come all the way back here.
Yes, sir. Do you want me to reapproach? I apologize, Your Honor. I thought-
Don't worry about it. We'll have him here. If something that there shouldn't be, I'll text you.
Thank you.
I got your number.
Okay.
Thanks.
Go ahead.
Good morning, ma'am.
Hey, come on up. Good morning, Mr. Wingerter. Sir, you're charged with failure to identify oneself while being a fugitive from justice. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On October 10th, 2024, officers were dispatched to 350 East NASA Parkway in regard to a burglary alarm that went off. While checking the location, officers observed the defendant walking away from the business on the southeast side and ordered him to stop. Upon contact with the defendant advised he did not have an ID and gave the false name of Javier Vasquez, as well as a false date of birth. The officers gave the defendant an opportunity to give his real name twice, but the defendant asserted he was not lying both times. A pat down of the defendant revealed a glass pipe in his left pocket, and he was arrested for possession of drug paraphernalia. Subsequent to that, a fingerprint search was then conducted, which revealed the defendant's real name and showed he has an active warrant with the Harris County Sheriff's Office.
All right, Mr. Wingerter, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Planning on bonding out.
Ask for a PR bond.
Have you been given a PR bond in this case? Okay. I tell you that I think that everyone, at least one time, should be given and afforded the opportunity to do something right. And I will grant you a PR bond now. But if you take flight, if you take off and you don't come back, I'm going to be very hard pressed in the future. Do you understand? Here's the other thing, though. I'm not going to give you a PR bond so you can just run the streets and just hang out on the street. I got to know that you have somewhere to go, someone that's going to care for you. You have somewhere to sleep, not just on the side of the street. Who do you have in your life that's with you now?
My uncle, my aunt, I can stay with them. And they also got a place I can go.
How old are you? How old are you? 26. Where's mom and dad?
I haven't talked to her while she was in jail last time I checked, and she hasn't.
She was in jail for what?
It was a charge, and she got picked up on another charge. I haven't spoken to her. My father, he works out of town, but I can stay with him too.
Where's he living?
Where's he staying? He does industrial radiology. He goes out of town, like Mexico. That's where I'm certified to work too, but I just need to get the job. But right now he's staying off of 249 in Fallbrook. There, I can catch a bus over there.
You're saying your dad lives in 249 in Fallbrook now?
My grandparents. Yeah, he stays there. My grandparents, and I can go stay there right now.
So let's do this. I've appointed Mr. Elick to represent you. I'd like to be able to verify that so that we know that you have a place to go to. And if so, I want to give you a PR bond. But like I said, I'm not giving you a PR bond so you can just run the street and create and wreak even more havoc. You have 2 open felonies now. I'm going to keep a very, very close eye on you, where you're going, what you're doing, so you don't get in trouble and so you're not using what they're alleging is being used. No dope, no alcohol, and I'm going to test you like crazy to make sure that you're not using. Do you understand? Okay, so do you mind?
I can step out and call.
Assuming, then I'll give him a PR bond.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think he's no bonded on his felonies right now, so that could change.
Oh.
But so it's not like he's going to just get out anyway.
I didn't, Okay. I guess let's do that regardless. If you don't mind, Mr. Elick, let's
Sure,
see if he has a place to go to. And
we approach one side.
Okay, this is not a good way to go through, man. You're 26. You want to follow in mom's footsteps? That's not a good role model, man. This is not a good way to go. You're starting your life now. You have 1 felony dismissed. You now have another 2 felonies. Life doesn't get easier. It gets harder. The more felonies you rack up, you think you can make life easier for you? Come on, man.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to call anybody right now. I know I can get on the bus and go straight to my grandparents. I don't have their numbers, but I know. I mean, if I was PR bonded, I know I could go straight.
What about your grandmother? You gave me her number.
I could call her, but she's not in town.
Give him something so that we have something to work with. We're not just going to throw you out, and we did that 2 times before. Look, you don't have to say anything. We just don't want you floating on the street doing nothing. That's it. All right.
I'll reapproach, Your Honor.
Thanks, Michelle. Okay, hey.
Have a plea on a Lario Luna.
Okay. Come up, Miss Luna.
Judge, there's an amendment to the plea. The state defense agreed to 40 hours of community service if the court so agrees.
What are we doing? What have you guys worked out?
You're deferred, Judge. Plea on 1, dismiss the other.
What about the weapons?
Forfeiture of both.
Did you graduate from high school?
Yes, sir.
What are you doing now?
For a job.
When is the last time you've had a full-time job? How old are you?
18.
What have you been doing with your life?
I graduated early.
If you graduate early, that must indicate you're somewhat smart. Mr. Luna, you're building yourself a future now. You're supposed to be working your butt now so that you have $1 million when you hit 40 to 50, perhaps 2 million, because otherwise you're going to be destitute when you hit that age. And I'm going to tell you now, life sucks without money. It really, really does. And what you're doing now is building yourself a life. so that you have something when you get old and no one can take care of you and you're all decrepit, it's going to be really hard. I want to do this because I'm going to make sure that he's going to do something productive with your life. You now, within 30 days, must get a full-time job. And I'm going to make sure, because I'm going to make you come, and I'd like to know for certain whether he's got a job within 30 days. No drugs, no alcohol. I'm going to test you. Do you understand? I want to make sure that you're building yourself somewhat, that you're doing something. What about a trade?
That's my third card. I'm waiting on it to come back and then.
Great. When are you going to get the results on that?
It can take up to 60 days. It's been a month.
Call him back. Call him back. Find out what happened. Find out what's taking him so long. Don't just sit there and wait for someone to hand you something. It's not going to happen. You got to go get it. So we're doing a year deferred. What else? What else?
40 hours community service, Judge.
You were charged with 2 counts of unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to a year in jail on each of those cases. You worked out an agreement where they're offering you a 1-year deferred. Deferred is a type of probation that if you complete it successfully, you do not end up with a conviction on your record. And in exchange, you're going to dismiss one of your cases. What you need to understand, Mr. Luna, is you give up nearly every right known to man by entering this agreement. And if you fail at this agreement, you authorize us to put you in jail for an entire year. 365 days in jail if you violate this probation. Do you understand? I want you to do well, and I'll make you a deal that if you work and you do well, I'll take you off in half the time as a reward for doing well. And I'll make you a double reward. If you are able to get into a trade school education or some kind of trade like that, I will deem your community service hours waived. I'm taking off 100 hours of community service if you get into a trade school, like pipe fitting. What's the other one? Welding. That's what you do, because that's where you can make a lot of money. $20 an hour, $25 an hour. Kill it. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you're stuck with this until you complete it or violate it. If you violate this agreement, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to bring you back here, and we're going to talk about whether you violated it or not. And if you did, you're looking at an entire year. Do you understand? How do you plead to the offense of unlawful carrying of a weapon? I will not find you guilty. I will withhold that for a year. Part of the other agreement is that you will do thinking for a change, substance abuse education, no weapons, no drugs, no alcohol, forfeiture of the weapons. And I think that's it.
Did you get, Chief had mentioned that we agreed to 40 as opposed to 100 hours, Judge?
He did just say that, didn't he?
Yes.
Okay.
He's sitting back there.
Oh,
I marked it on here.
yes, Your Honor.
But like I said, if you get into a trade school, get an education for some kind of trade like that, I'll deem it waived. I'll take it off. Do something with your life, Mr. Luna. Don't be like these. All right, man. Good luck. If you ever have an issue, come back and talk to us. Don't just take off, because that's the worst possible thing you could do. All right? And don't pick up a new case. Okay, guys?
Thank you, Judge.
Ma'am. Ms. Tillis, you're not going to look at me? Are you that upset? Shh. What's going on?
she had the older case, she picked up the new case. We do not have video on the newer case yet. However, the state has made an offer to time serve her on the older case and dismiss the newer one.
How long have you been in custody, ma'am?
A month and a half. She has 114 days credit on the older case, or she's been in for 114 days total on the older case and 55 on the new one.
Life, man. What do you do in life? Do you work? Do you go to school? Who do you live with?
I'm not able to complete school because I don't have the correct resources. I take care of my younger sister.
And she also
I
receives.
don't want you to plead guilty just to get out of jail. I don't want that to happen because it's only hurting you even more than you are right now. But if I let you out, you've picked up 2 criminal mischief cases.
Pick up a job.
How old are you? Who do you have in your life now? Is your mom around? Miss Tillis, I want to let you out, but I have to know that I'm not going to let you out to the street. I'm trying to talk to you to get to know you in the little time that I have to see how much I can trust you if I let you out. I'm sorry?
It's been a long trial and I'm tired.
Who do you have in your life that's ready to help you now if we let you out? Yourself. Do you have any parents around?
Judge, mom is around. She's just not in the picture.
Father? Do you have anyone in your life that's ready to help you out and give you a place to live?
We can set her up to go to the Harris Health Center.
I don't know if she knows what she's doing.
Okay.
I mean, we're not going to do this just to let you get out of the street because the street is not a safe place for you.
I don't have contact with him on a regular basis, but
So who are you living with before you picked up these 2 cases? Where? Did you have an apartment? Did you have?
house.
Who owned the house? I don't know if I feel comfortable. I don't want you to plead guilty just to get out, ma'am. But if you give me a place that you have that they'll take you in, I'll let you out. Will you talk to Anna to see what we can do to try to help you find housing?
I can't get housing.
Why not?
I have a SSI, but my SSI has been getting taken.
Do you have any other family members in your life that can help you out to give you a place to stay? Aunts, uncles, who?
I have a grandfather.
Is that someone that we can reach out to and speak to? Do you have the number that we can have Anna call and verify? And
What is it called?
Her property at
Property?
the
Yes,
jail.
I can't.
you don't know the phone number by heart? Do you know any phone numbers?
Judge, if you'd like, we can roll this a couple of days and I can reach out to the next social worker to have them.
I'm looking now for a phone number. I have one, but I don't know if that's her phone number or someone else's phone number. I'm going through all the paperwork now to see if I can find anything. Is this 7599, is that your number?
Yeah, the last four.
I don't want you to say it out loud now, but the last four numbers, do you know what your phone number is?
Right, but do you know the number? There's a number that's on the paperwork.
There's not emergency contact.
Okay,
Wonderful. Can you reach out to that? And I'm going to give it to you now.
I can do that, Judge.
Okay, can you please reach out to them, please? And then, if we can find her housing, I'll give her a PR fund. I don't want to just plead guilty just to plead guilty, get out, okay? I want anything, find anything so that we can do it. And if we can have her talk to social worker, figure out housing and help with the SSI back so that she has some kind of income coming in. This is the phone number I have. And then if you want maybe 2 days, let's not take long. If you need any help, if you need any kind, like if you need investigative money to find any kind of relative for her, just anything you need. Hey.
Just wait on my file for a plea judge.
Okay. Yeah.
You're moving inside of it?
Oh, that's a no-go. Jeremiah Julian. Good morning, Mr. Julian. Oof. Oof. So you were on bond for an unlawful carrying of a weapon, a felony PCS, a criminal trespass with a deadly weapon, failure to ID, and then another unlawful carrying of a weapon. So you have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 open cases. What are we doing?
It's time served on one of the unlawful carry of weapon cases and they're dismissing the others, Judge. He'll still have to resolve his felony.
And that's still open at this point?
Yes, Judge.
As part of the agreement is forfeiture of the weapon, I would presume. On
Yes, Judge. George was pretty specific about that.
Okay, so Mr. Julian, you worked out just a tremendous deal. They're going to dismiss 3 of the cases in exchange for your plea on one of them. Okay, what you really need to understand is that this charge is going to go on your record, and you are now will be facing a minimum of 90 days in jail for any weapons that you pick up, or I'm sorry, any weapons, any cases that you pick up. You're looking at a minimum of 90 days in jail. Do you understand? This charge will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. You can never take it off. You give up all your rights, basically entering into this plea bargain agreement saying, look, I don't want a trial. I don't want to talk to witnesses. I don't want to confront and cross-examine my accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you plead guilty, you can never undo this or change this. It will go on your record and it'll be there forever. Is this what you want to do? How do you plead to the offense of unlawful carrying of a weapon? You also need to understand is that the weapons in all of these cases will be forfeit. You will not get them back.
But that was only for one case. The case that I
Well,
had.
that's for all cases.
Okay, yes. Can I tell you something? I mean,
sure.
Because sometimes they say don't speak to the lawyer, the judge.
Are you talking about the facts of your cases?
Yes.
So you can't, he's not going to do anything about the facts of your cases. That's a separate issue.
I want to tell you this, like the new cases that I just caught, I was trying to do a non-arrest bond, and I had caught a case at my house. Like, this is my home address, and they told me I was trespassing basically at my home. And then the gun was my mother's. And
you're dismissing all those cases. You know what I mean? So you're only pleading to one of the cases, and they're dismissing the other 3. So if you're not pleading guilty to those cases, they're dismissing all of them. So the problem is that part of the plea bargain is that you can't get these guns back. At least 2 of them. We only have 2, right? Yeah. You can't get those back though. Okay. Do you understand that? Okay. Do you still want to do this? All right. How do you plead to the offense? I will find you guilty, sentence you to 10 days in jail. I'll give you credit for the 8 days that you've done. Unfortunately, we still have you here because you still have your case upstairs. Just be careful. If you get on probation, take it seriously because you're facing a lot of time. Okay? All right, good luck, Mr. Delaney.
Thank you, Judge.
Take care. Thank you. Michelle.
I'm reapproaching on Mr. Wingerter. I did speak with his father. His father doesn't really live here. I think he comes back and forth, you know. He did. I didn't actually get that. I was kind of just asking more where, you know, would he have a place to stay? And, you know, it's kind of a yes and no at this point. I think, well, they want him, you know, I think they wanted to.
Morning, Mr. Berry. Okay, Mr. Berry, we're bringing you out now because your lawyer has asked for me to set you a bond.
Yes, sir.
I don't know, you know, I've got two main concerns. First, most importantly, are you a danger to my public? And number two, equally as important, are you going to go back to the jurisdiction you're wanted from?
Just wait. No.
I'll give you a chance. I know that you're going to tell me that it's gumdrops and rainbows and you know, I get it.
Sir.
But the way that I get to know you is how you look on paper, because that tells me who you are,
Sir.
not what's in here, because a lot of people tell me things and when they walk out the door, they turn into someone completely different.
Sir.
And so that will really tell me who you are.
Sir.
Okay. I will give you the opportunity to speak. I'm going to give her the opportunity to speak as well. I'd like to know, number one, where is he wanted from, what for, and what kind of priors does he have?
Yes, Judge. He's wanted out of Fulton County, Georgia. On the front cover of the fugitive page, it states that he's wanted for theft of taking, but I did a little bit of digging and it looks like he's wanted for 4 felonies out of the same transaction. I don't know why they didn't include it on the teletype or running his FBI number to confirm. He's wanted additionally for second-degree felony criminal damage to property and two charges for unlawful person employed by or associated with criminal street gang to conduct and participate in criminal activity through commission of offense. It's a very, very long charge name. But it looks like it was the same offenses that he was originally wanted and he was extradited for back in 2022. I guess he either absconded or violated them again, but it looks to be open cases. And specifically addressing bond is that the state would be opposed for him granting a bond. In the past 10 years alone, not excluding other states and anything past that, he's been arrested 21 times, 12 of them felonies, 2 revocations of paroles, and 3 evadings, 2 felonies and 1 misdemeanor. I believe he's the definition of a flight and safety risk, and due to that fact, we request that the court deny bond.
Your Honor, if I may. So in regards to the telegram, because obviously the state has their duty, I have my duty as defense attorney. All of the other charges that were not on that telegram were dismissed. The case was reduced to theft. This case has been pending since God knows when, because Fulton County is a very slow court. Your Honor, here as I stand with the same client, I stood before you 2 years ago asking for a bond for my client to go back. He granted a bond, Your Honor. And when he granted that bond, my client did what you would want anyone to do, which is turn himself in, appear in court. They gave him another court date. However, no, once he checked himself in, he was able to bond out of Fulton County. Since then, that case has still been pending. He has an attorney in that county as well. However, throughout the times, my client moved. The issue was that there was supposed to be an updated address change to the court. So there was a court date, I believe around August the 12th. And because they did not update his address, the notice was sent to his old address. They immediately issued a warrant. So my client was actually picked up when he came back from work. He didn't even know that he had a warrant. And I understand the state's position that my client does have an extensive history. I was also his parole attorney, which he was successfully discharged from as well. I know Mr. Berry and I could stand for him before this court. Anybody that I have stood before you has always, I'm not gonna take a client that's gonna embarrass me or embarrass you. He came, last time you allowed and granted a bond. He did exactly what he's supposed to do. And if you do it this time, he would do that again.
I don't give bonds 2 times in a row. And I counsel people every single time when they come here that if I give you a bond now, it's not going to happen again. It's your responsibility. You've been a fugitive once. We don't let you do it over and over and over. I gave you a bond last time. I can't keep doing it because you're going to keep, it's the same thing's going to keep happening.
It's not, sir, I promise you.
I get it, but it did. And I told you last time,
But
it's not going to happen again.
yes, sir. Can I talk to you, please?
But Your Honor, it was not, so this.
How do I know that?
So I'm telling you this because I'm also an officer of the court and I've done my research, Your Honor. It was not his fault.
It wasn't.
It was not. It was just a mistake of address. That's the only reason why. I've been checking in with
He's
my client.
supposed to update them of
He
any
did.
change of address.
Can you
I
speak
did.
for that
Can I
part?
please talk to you, please?
So what I would do is reach out to Fulton County, let them know, and hopefully they'll pull the warrant. They'll pull the whole. Will they not?
Your Honor, I've had history with this county. They're very slow.
Yes.
It's very
Have you done
difficult.
work there?
Huh?
You've done work there?
For other clients.
Really?
Yes. Your Honor, can you just listen? Can you just hear him out as to
I'd be
why?
happy to hear you. Please. Your
So
Honor.
with the regarding that you did update your address,
Yes.
specifically address that.
Yes. Your Honor, the last time you gave me this bond, you told me to get a job and you told me to change my life. And I did that. I completed CDL school. I work every day.
Wonderful.
They put me on insulin. I take insulin 2 times a day. I can't, the way that they expedite you there, I'll be sick by the time I make it. My flight has already been the process of being booked, like you told me to left.
Can't take a flight.
To turn myself in?
Mm-mm. You have a warrant. If you try to get on an airplane, they're going to take you into
They let
custody.
me last time, you let me out. They let me take it. I turned, okay, the address, I updated it, Your Honor. And,
How do I know that?
I mean, I
Am I supposed to take your word for it?
I was honest with you last time about everything.
And that's why I gave you a bond.
But
And I told you though, the last time, it's not going to happen again.
But you said if I messed up, and I did not mess up, Your Honor. I
Nope.
did good, Your Honor. I
Great.
promise you.
But now
You
something,
gave me 10 days to turn myself in. I turned myself in 6 days.
Your Honor, it was really because of the address change. And
Please, Your
So
Honor.
if you're not going to at least believe him, you can hopefully.
it's not a matter of belief or disbelief.
Okay.
It's a matter of that we cannot continue to enable. That's what it is. And if I do this now, who's to say it's not going to happen a third time?
It's not, Your
not,
Honor.
because-
Told me
They
that the
dismissed
first
my
time.
cases.
They
They
dismissed.
dismissed 3 of the cases, Your
So
Honor.
from the time of this charge was pending, 3 of those cases were dismissed, Your Honor, and then the other cases were dismissed at that. Clearly, the
Yes,
reason
sir.
why it's pending is because they don't have anything, but it's not.
So what? I mean, can't you do a speedy trial? Ask for a speedy trial.
So he has an attorney on that court. It's just the court's very slow and it becomes very different.
But
Yes,
what
Your
I,
Honor.
what I can assure you is, it was just a mere mistake, Your Honor, like.
So I just want to
Please,
step in
Your
real
Honor.
quick, because I've had one before where they stated it was a clerical error, and I want to say only one time out of all the other times I approached where it was a genuine clerical error. Once they corrected it in the demanding jurisdiction is they removed the warrant. I've had that happen before. So if the court wants to roll it over for a day, and if counsel wants to contact Fulton County to figure out if it was truly a clerical error and it was a misunderstanding of where it was to be shipped out for
But I
notice.
think what they're saying is that there was a problem where he's saying that he updated the address, but they didn't do it.
Sure, and that's what I mean, is if there was an error, right, with the court in
Gonna
Fulton
reach out to them and see if that's the case.
Well,
You can Google it, Your Honor. It was a glitch in Atlanta's.
Let me ask you this, Mr. Berry, how did you update your address?
I called a bond company. That's what they entrusted me to do.
Update it, right? No.
Well, so I don't really talk for their system, but that's what I mean, is if it's a mistake on the court, right, and not the defendant.
What I would do is get into contact with the bail bond company and say, hey, man, this is what we did. You didn't do it the right way. We're gonna, if you don't fix this, there's a bail bond board that you can report activities to in the event that they mess up.
Sir, I understand, sir. Please. Your
Giving
Honor.
them one. I can't do it again. I never do, ever,
3 days and I'll be there.
Well, and it is also worth noting, it's probably good to update on the front end because he's on a deferred in our county before they revoke, because there was a warrant issued out.
It's also on deferred here?
He is.
For what?
For possession of controlled substance.
A less than a gram.
So, but the fact that he's open on deferred and no one has filed a motion to revoke, because initially all they see is the capias issued on August 15th. They haven't filed a motion yet, but that's my point, is before anything else happens, if counsel does want to correct it for both reasons, for the extradition and for the local deferred, it's probably 2 birds, 1 stone, to call Fulton County and figure out what happened with the court there.
Try that.
Can we roll it tomorrow?
Yes, absolutely, of course. I would reach out to the bonding company, say, hey, man, I did this, you guys messed up, fix this, otherwise, we can file a complaint. You're telling me you did. If you did, then that's the right thing to do.
I mean, I'm begging you, sir. I'm insulin independent now, and life has changed for me. I know I got in trouble in the past, but you instructed me to do something, and I done it step by step. I changed my life, everything, Your Honor. And
Perry,
sir,
the entire time I've been here, I've never once given a second bond.
So, Your Honor, if I may, if we do.
Sure.
get information,
I will never say no, but I don't know. I mean,
Well, I'd rather take I don't know than no, so.
right. I don't know. I don't know. I never want to say no, because you never know what someone else is going to provide you to show you that really it's not his fault. And if it's not, then,
Like I said, I've had it happen before where the court demanded
if it's really not his fault, would you then post?
Please.
No, but don't, please, don't beg.
Yes.
Because last time we went in, you don't.
Yeah,
Let's see what they have. Let's go from there. And I don't want to commit you to an answer. That's really not fair.
Yeah,
So-
and in the spirit of transparency, I do show that he hasn't had any violations since he entered in the deferred because it was concurrent with dismissal of the others.
Yes.
So other than this, there have been no other, but it was September of 2022. But it's just with the sheer amount of history, because it's one of the longest I've seen, that's my concern. And
Saying he's been doing good.
well, that's what,
He's
so,
been doing very good.
right, so that's what I mean.
Early termination for me, sir.
So that's the thing, it's just
Okay.
please.
So I want information from the court, because ultimately in the end, it's not whether, it's not the how they prosecute the case, it's whether he's wanted and whether the KBS is true.
Diligence.
So-
Let me see what you got and let's talk.
Okay, we can.
I'm never going to, well, I'm not saying never because I always put my foot in my mouth, but let's see and we can regroup. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Barry.
Still tomorrow.
Next day.